Hey everyone, let's have a real talk. If you go on LinkedIn or YouTube, everyone is talking about how to train a model. Look at my neural network. Look at my accuracy score. But as a manager who has overseen these pipelines, I'll tell you a secret. A model sitting on a data scientist's laptop is worth exactly $0. Machine learning in production is where the magic meets the meat grinder. It's the difference between a cool science project and a product that actually generates revenue. Today, we're going behind the scenes to see who won, who lost billions, and what you need to know to stay employed in the AI era. In the lab, your data is clean, static, and polite. In production, data is a mess. It's delayed, it's corrupted, and it changes every hour. This is called data drift. Imagine you build a model to predict house prices using 2019 data. Then 2020 hits, the world changes, but your model is still thinking in 2019 terms. If you don't have a system to detect that your input data has changed, your model starts lying to you. This leads us to our first major case study. Let's talk about a fail that cost a company nearly $500 million. You've probably heard of Zillow. They had a feature called Zestimates. They decided to use ML to not just predict house prices, but to actually buy houses based on those predictions. This is the ultimate production test. What went wrong? They overfitted their models to historical data and failed to account for the noise in the real estate market. When the market shifted slightly, the model kept telling them to buy high, while the actual market value was dropping. Confidence is not accuracy. Zillow's management trusted the black box without enough human-in-the-loop safeguards. When you scale a model, you also scale your mistakes. If your error rate is 5%, that's fine on a chart. If that 5% error applies to $1 billion in real estate, you're out of a job. Now let's look at the winner, Netflix. Netflix doesn't just have one model, they have a factory. When you see your top picks, that's the result of a massive infrastructure. They mastered the feedback loop. Every time you don't click a movie, you are giving their production model a negative signal. This data is fed back into the system almost instantly. Netflix is famous for shadow deployments. They don't just go live with a new model. They run the new model in the background, let it make predictions, compare those to what the current model is doing, and only flip the switch when the new one proves it's better in the real world. Infrastructure is more important than the algorithm. A mediocre model with a great feedback loop will eventually beat a perfect model that never learns from its mistakes. If you are a dev or a lead, here is what I want you to remember. One monitor or die if you aren't monitoring your model's health, latency, memory usage, and prediction drift. It's not a production system. It's a ticking time bomb. 2. Versioning. You version your code with Git, right? You must version your data too. If a model starts acting up, you need to know exactly what dataset it was trained on so you can roll it back. 3. Start simple. Don't start with a deep learning transformer if a simple linear regression gets you 80% of the way there. Complexity is the enemy of reliability. Building ML in production is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about building systems that are robust, observable, and scalable. Zillow showed us the cost of blind trust. Netflix showed us the power of a relentless feedback loop. Which one is your team building? Drop a comment below. Have you ever had a model break once it hit the real world? I want to hear your horror stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that actually runs the world. See you in the next one.